He's that naughty dog who put Naughty Dog on the map.
What have I got?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Crash Bandicoot levels.
Oh, funny, goody.
For this list, we're taking a look at the most creative and fun stages from games featuring this Australian Bandicoot. We've excluded boss fights because those really belong in another category.
Can't you ever let me win?
Number 10, Sanity Beach, Crash Bandicoot. Sanity Beach is where it all begins as our dazed hero wakes up on the coastline. From the second the player smashes open a crate of Wumpa fruit, it's hard not to get hooked. With catchy music, an enriching environment, and controls that are easy to master, this shady shore is platforming bliss. While not the most ambitious or challenging level in the franchise, it did provide a great launching point for Crash. This was a good way to make your friends that had an N64 really jealous. Number 9, Unbearable, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Polar bears are so adorable, except when they're the size of King Kong and furiously chasing you. Prepare to hit the ground running from the second this level starts, as a giant beast is ready to trample over Crash. It doesn't help that several other obstacles lie ahead throughout the snowy jungle either. Packing in the adventurous thrills of an Indiana Jones movie, Unbearable is an exhilarating escapade that just keeps on building. Eventually, Crash can't outrun his pursuers on foot anymore. Fortunately, he gets a lift from a much smaller, cuter polar bear and rides to the finish line. Number 8, Hogwild, Crash Bandicoot. Whenever Crash raises those mischievous eyebrows of his, you know that something wild is about to go down. Rather than controlling a polar bear, this level finds Crash hopping aboard a hog, and for the record, we're talking about an actual warthog and not a motorcycle. Don't bother trying to hit the brakes because this animal doesn't know how to stop. It makes for a crazy ride with possible calamity waiting around every corner. Avoiding every obstacle isn't easy, but you know what they say. When you fall off the hog, you gotta get back on, assuming you have an extra life. Number 7, Slippery Climb, Crash Bandicoot. This stage is like something out of a classic horror picture. Granted, it's not particularly frightening, but the environment is dripping with gothic atmosphere. Given its challenging nature, Slippery Climb will also overwhelm the player with crippling paranoia and vertigo. As the title suggests, this level finds Crash climbing to the top floor of a castle on a dark and stormy night. Navigating through a series of shifting platforms, the player can fall to their demise at any time. Just keep on your toes, and whatever you do, don't look down. Number 6, Tell No Tales, Crash Bandicoot Warped. This scurvy level almost feels like a trial run for Crash Team Racing. Instead of getting behind the wheel of a cart though, Crash's kid sister Coco takes control of a jet ski. This course is something of a treasure hunt, with the player searching the area for a crystal. Plenty of bombs and cutthroat enemies also populate the bay, all ready to send Coco to Davy Jones's locker. With more than enough high seas adventure to go around here, it's definitely a pirate's life for us. Number 5, Snowgo, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Arguably the finest Winter Wonderland level in the series, Snowgo puts Crash's skating skills to the ultimate test. Keeping balance on the ice is much trickier than it looks though. Be careful around those explosive crates and don't slip into a pit. Also, those penguins and seals may seem innocent and cuddly, but they're much deadlier than meets the eye. Where's a club when you need one, am I right? Complete with icy art direction and slick gameplay mechanics, Snowgo is cooler than Crash Bandicoot himself. If only our little polar bear pal made an appearance here. Number 4, Hang 'em High, Crash Bandicoot Warped. In this desert level, Crash must avoid a number of sword-swinging guards and keep one jump ahead of the breadline. With its Middle Eastern landscape and magic carpets aplenty, Hang 'em High clearly drew some inspiration from Aladdin. Of course, that's not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, this stage wonderfully captures the spirit of an Arabian Night. Jumping across rooftops and hanging from monkey bars, it feels as if Crash is making his way through a Saudi Arabian jungle gym. It's the perfect place for a street rat, or street bandicoot in this case. Number 3, Orient Express, Crash Bandicoot Warped. The first level in which we get to play as Coco, Orient Express is a lot like Hogwild in some respects. There are several key differences that make it slightly superior though. Instead of riding a hog, you get to tame a tiger cub named Purra. As if that's not awesome enough, you get to ride him across the Great Wall of China. Since it's still technically under construction, however, you might encounter some big trouble in actual China. Thoroughly exciting throughout, this stage makes us wish that the wall never ended. Number 2, Tomb Raider, Crash Bandicoot Warped. Like Crash Bandicoot, Tomb Raider is one of the most iconic and early franchises that helped launch the PlayStation into mainstream popularity. This level both satirizes and pays homage to Lara Croft, guiding Crash through an Egyptian pyramid. In addition to being among the most well-designed stages in the series, Tomb Raider just has old-school adventure written all over it, featuring mummies, giant bugs, and a room full of rising water. Just watching the gameplay footage of this exhilarating level will make you want to pick up a controller. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Cavern Catastrophe, Crash Twinsanity. Crash Twinsanity isn't quite up there with the original PlayStation trilogy. This PS2 follow-up is still worth playing though, to experience the single greatest Crash Bandicoot level ever with one of the most amazing set pieces to come out of the series. Rolling down a cavern, Crash gets into a scuffle with his old nemesis Dr. Neo Cortex. What ensues is reminiscent of a giant pinball game while the two engage in a heated brawl. Eventually, however, the bitter enemies are forced to work together. Inventive, humorous, and without a single dull moment, Cavern Catastrophe makes us all wish that Crash Bandicoot would make a comeback. Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite Crash Bandicoot level?
Crash, my boy, you are more than halfway there.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
We're pals, right?